这游戏的名字没有中文翻译，直翻叫做“不适合直播”，应该就是一个电视模拟器之类的，对不对？我先看一下了，等一下再接啦。这个还可以转来转去啊，左右应该都有一些东西吧。感觉有点像午夜佛莱迪啊，会不会啊？啊！我是临时上场的主播啦。嗯。
Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom.
火箭科学，懂不懂啊？
I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power, face the front again.
这些不用按吗？电风扇打开，太热了是不是？还是怕这边烧起来啊？
You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain.
太小声了。
Right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now to the broadcast. Right, quickly look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right.
插广告，疯狂巴尼，什么每周锻炼啊？ 我根本就不知道在播什么东西，直接就开始了。这是什么啊？这又是什么？房间温度。
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill it.
啊 ？Cancel 是什么？
4.
有脏话，我要按下去了。
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main story is tonight.
Okay, all good. Next is going to be the throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys honest Andy's totally independent and corners
我点下去之后，几秒之后就会直接播出在画面上面。所以我要
win sports personality of the year and a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie
我要接上去的意思是不是？
about his new movie, The Medicated.
等到画面开始的时候再接。
We'll be going live to advance headquarters.
10秒后接上去这样。
Party after saying on their historic.
是什么？
Vote 2 in 3, 2, 1. Now, lovely, mate.
啊，
Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with
这太紧张了吧？
that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Right, is the bloke with the
哎，这会有一些 NG 画面，你们知道吗？就故意看一下他在冲他小，你的脆弱暴露了是什么？
Here it comes.
这好像在整人一样。
Screen 1. Lovely, mate.
But first, the votes are in.
那这些按钮是干嘛？
The votes are in, and it's the last I
Listen,
win.
mate. We offer
我那你玩呀，
so keep your eye on the machine on the bottom right. You can move that white dot up and down, avoiding the
这
interference
还要玩
using the yellow knob
东方哦？
wheel.
不会吧？下面还要玩东方那个，
Deliberately says.
这叫什么？过山洞是不是啊？弗雷皮伯的，之前红了一段时间，现在都死去哪里了？这些东西。
It's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the
是什么？
3 play
哦，疯狂巴尼啊！
at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break.
哇，好烦哦，这个游戏好吵。
Any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye
就说最后时间到的时候播广告这样子。
1 minute back, everybody.
我播了吗？
Thanks.
哦，这个好难啊！这个会玩到手忙脚乱吗？绿色沙发、红色沙发、棕色靠垫、粉色靠垫，你买了灰色沙发，我们有非凡沙发耶！登机低，登机低还可以重玩呢，不要，才不要重玩呢。
This next sequence is what we call a multi-cam sequence because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting.
你们有在看这个广告吗？这好白痴哦！镜头对准的。 不要超过10秒，然后就要切到下一个人呢。太难了啦，这个。特写。 complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Crazy Neil's got crazy deals.
We're coming back from the break.
Do you a toilet?
Quiet
We can do you a
studio.
toilet next to a chair. We can do you a chair next to a toilet.
you so
Hell, we
much.
can even do you a toilet chair. Do you
10
come on
seconds,
down?
everybody.
You bring your ass. We got it. You want it. You want it. We got it. You want it. You
我觉得这个真的很像动。
We got it. You want it. You want it. We got it. You pay us.
You want it, we got it. We got it. You want it. You want it, we got it. 靠！
Welcome back to the Later we'll be hearing from the Shock Election winners. Later we'll be hearing from Shock Election.
Ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
Is here with the star of Megan Wolf. Is here with the star of both stage and
Thank
screen.
you, Jeremy.
Megan?
Wolf,
这差不多的，这样就可以了吧？
And today I'm culture correspondent, and today I'm from
仪式
Shakespeare
灯
Right, go to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. By none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Huh? 我现在在干嘛？
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say having you here with us is a honour. May I say having
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
保持
So
说
you
话
just
的人。
finished filming your latest,
The
which is
medicated.
called The
Yeah.
Medicated.
The
Wow, what was
medicated.
that like?
Yes.
Well,
Wow, what
as
was
I
that
said
like?
to Peter,
Well, as I said to
Peter
Peter Jensen, the director.
Do you know him? Peter Jensen.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He's a wonderful
Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several.
I said to
movies,
Peter-
all terribly successful. I said to Peter, this is good.
哎，等一下，
That is fantastic.
他这个扣分也扣得太敏感了吧？等一下啦，
saying that the character you play in this
Absolutely
is quite
right.
an academic.
A scientist.
Absolutely
Was that a
right.
challenge?
A scientist.
Was that
我现在眼睛要看好多地方哦。
Exactly.
But seriously, yes, you're right. But seriously, yes, you're right.
From my
It
last
was a complete
starring
departure
role.
from my
When I
last
played
starring
Sergeant
role.
Brock
When I played
Rockman in
Sergeant
Bullet Man.
Brock Rockman
You'll
in
remember
Bullet
that was a
Man.
true story. You'll remember that
Been on that show a bit long.
one soldier's fight for a love of course. A love of course. I think it's grossed over $1 billion. I think it's grossed over who's counting.
it's a
看
role
中间就好了。
that's two best acts, a role that's
可是我要切来切去，我要知道他们这个镜头正在干嘛。
But I really am not in it for the But I really am not in it for
Those
the
three
awards.
little statues do take
Those
pride of
three
place on my
little
memory.
statues do take
with
pride
all
of
the
place on my
others,
memory.
I'm sure. With all the others.
那我们直接全部看2号荧幕不就好了吗？干嘛那么
What is it then that drives the awards? What is it then that drives?
That is a beautiful question, Megan.
左上角下面的灯？
And not easy.
Remember the
Like
10-second rule.
like you. I'm afraid. Cut me. I'm afraid. And I will cut me.
左下
And I will bleed. That's how it
什
feels.
么叫左下角下面的灯？
That's how it feels. Doesn't it? Bleeding. Doesn't it? Give bleeding.
为什么有黄色的灯跟绿色的灯在那个小荧幕下面？
Bored, mate.
I suppose in the end I do it for the difference. I suppose in the end I do it for the difference people that I inspire. I do it for the people that I inspire.
我是直接调到下面那个小灯是绿色的就好了吗？
But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring
And
about in the world.
today, of course,
哎，好像是哎。
we're in for some real change. It looks like in the coming change. It looks like
观众比较想看的哦。
historic election. What do you make of
我
this
赞。
historic election result?
On the speaker, mate.
Well, now you're asking. Historical
Well,
election
now
result
you're asking.
Indeed, historic is the word. Indeed, historic is the word.
Indeed.
Very difficult.
Indeed.
Difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics,
Mix it up a bit, eh?
one should always.
你就是看一看，然后一直切换画面，切来切去，切来切去这样子。
Oh, well, don't worry, you won't do it again. Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Advocated, which open.
我还要听到他骂脏话，我要立刻按下，
On screen one for a VT of the movie.
我要立刻按下那个消音这样。
But I'd just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lod's Hemlock. My character, Dr. Lod's Hemlock, could affect humanity's very that could affect humanity's very
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
这是干嘛？广告吗？
Watch out for that interference, mate.
I don't understand.
Upset, but we can. Upset, but we can.
Oh, looks like Blunderclatch is losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but don't switch to it now. You can go to the archive when the broadcast's done. We
哦，我不想玩这个，我不想玩 Flappy Bird 的。
I have to.
Nolans mustn't. Nolans mustn't.
Dr. Lansky, you Dr. Flanagan.
这个 Flappy Bird 的关卡好烦哦。
Did it for you, baby. Did it for you, baby.
Dr. Hemlock.
Dr. Hemlock. Hemlock.
Change the world. You know that. Listen.
Dr. Hemlock.
Man, told me.
Dr. Hemlock.
I didn't listen. Told me.
Doctor.
Lance, he said.
这个演 Doctor 的不是就是刚刚那个
I need to see this.
在讲话那个暴走的男的吗？这演员是一样的，是不是？ 在播广告的时候，
So at the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
什么意思啊？
We should. We should.
这时间到了怎么办？哦，
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you probably noticed, the broadcast screen here is about 2 seconds behind the master screen here. When someone says a naughty
为什么
word, the bleep button lights up like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word.
为什么延迟会是2秒，不能再多一点呢？我们可以把这个延迟拉长一点，这样子，
For as long as the swear word lasts.
这样子自爆时间就比较长嘛，对不对？2秒也太短了吧？
Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye,
我还要注意这个小荧幕上面的红条的地方，就是脏话区。
by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it.
我还要注意广告的声音，
Beeping like a pro.
太累了吧？
Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down. Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number button.
我们平常看的节目是这样操作的吗？不可能吧？那这不是都那个都已经剪接好了，不是吗？
3.
哪有这需要这么按啊？
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to advanced headquarters, where the two leaders
这个太复杂了吧？这个是全
are about to make their
不实时播放这
are
样
about。to make their acceptance.
Shit, he's pissed.
Shall I start?
Go for it, Pat.
Shall I start? Okay.
Go for it,
Well,
Pat.
thank you all for coming, and well, thank you all
Where
for
do
coming.
I start?
and, well, what
Where
a
do I
day!
start?
What a
Couldn't do
day!
it.
They certainly did.
They use every dirty low-down lying every southern bastard trick I had against us. But you, I had against us. You saw right through
这个应该有好几个人在同时操作啦。这个一个人要用到所有的工作也太累了吧？
I've had a couple of
按太久还会被逼哦。
Memorably put.
Look, to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that advance are not a political party. A party is what you have.
要四面耳听八方。
When the country is suffering, you don't need a party.
这到后面这些乱七八糟会有更多的条件出现吧？这已经变成恐怖游戏了啦。
Today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbook.
Again, not inaccurate.
那他请假不能来当导播的这个人，从头到尾还一直打电话，然后教导我。那这些时间他就直接来做他的工作不就好了？有没有突破盲肠了？
Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in the community.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer,
你们有在看这上面这个节目吗？
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoked your passport. We revoked your passport. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. That's fine. That's fine. You're
请假的也在看节目。
gonna pay it back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into warring individuals to properly
有没有什么自爆按钮可以按呢？
to raise the
按下去，然后那个
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours.
那个女导播的衣服就爆开，这样有没有这种按钮？
So to you posh twats,
the people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise,
so they've got time. So they've got time.
Advance have this to say to you. Advance have this to say to you. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it
还播50秒，这个游戏的时间感觉过得好慢。
in the people who created it, in the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. We'll start making it like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, and until then, ladies
Howley.
and gents, you'll get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there. Interesting acceptance speech there. And our apologies for the fruity language. And our apologies for the fruity language. Leaked out for you in time. Hopefully we got that. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself.
这个如果我一直不管它乱弄一通，
That's all from us this evening.
收视率变成红色会发生什么事？
We'll be back the first day.
应该也不会被解雇吧？
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be
健康操。
Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Same old boring politics then.
Is this some weird fever dream? Am I dying now?
You should be so lucky.
被解雇，游戏就结束。
No, got a date.
广播完成。对。那接下来就要靠我自己这样子吗？第一天我就感觉他虽然有教学，但是就已经手忙脚乱了。那如果我直接被……
Alright, mate, I've left you a voice. I thought you'd end up here. Most people come into the archive room when they're done with a broadcast. That way you can see what you did and how it looked to the public. As you can see, there's 3 sections to the archive. Broadcasts, that's what you've put out. Rushes, which is all the stuff that was on.
我可以看看自己播出来的东西啦，对不对？这游戏玩起来好累哦。这个就是我刚刚的成绩。这样蛮有趣的啊！你可以看看自己做出来的效果是怎么样，对不对
nuclear physicists take on 4 old ladies from East Grinching. That's followed at 8 p.m. by award-winning documentary series The Shape of Now, which tonight looks at the history of the knee-length sock and
可是
its
这一段要看多
importance
久啊？
during the great blackouts of 1871.
看个
Not
10
one
分
to
钟、
miss.
20分钟，
At 9 p.m., sit back and relax with multiple award-winning
有没有
movie
快转
The
啊？
Freedom of Being
这太
Colin,
累了吧？
taking us all the way up to 11:15, where, as usual, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey will be grilling his guests in Incisors, and tonight sees a return for leading economist Katie Brightman. Finally, at midnight, it's the National Weather Report, before we say good night till tomorrow. But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson for the
I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
这是喇叭坏掉是不是啊？
Moving on up, the election win that experts said just couldn't happen.
哎，原来是这样子哦，懂了懂了。
Buys honest Andy's totally independent and calls
你的工作就是这个。
Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And
可是这整段看完还真的很久啊。
Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated.
我们还要看广告啊，看什么的，这样一段20分钟看过去。
To hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic victory. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News. The bloke with no.
哎，其实直接播这个白色影片也蛮好笑的。你这就好像你们在新闻看一看，对不对？突然间看见女主播然后在那边补妆之类的。
But first, the votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance.
这好
The
笑。
landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country.
不过这要上传 YouTube 这也太长了吧？
But critics have accused him of a
长到爆炸
lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary Geoffrey Jeffries has issued a statement in which he comments that we have all been seduced by the shiny wrapping paper, but have yet to see the contents of the box. Sounds like sour grapes to
哦，
me.
这讲好久啊。
After the break, Megan Wolf will be speaking to a man whose grapes certainly aren't sour, the international heartthrob and inexplicable box office sensation that is Lawrence Blunderclatch. And later,
最主要是他在这边念一大堆，然后就很正常的在报的时候，其实会想要赶快快转过去。
That's all coming up after the break.
Welcome to Crazy Neil's Crazy.
他这个疯狂你也要全部看完呢，累不累啊？
Crazy Neil. We don't care if you've been naughty or nice. We got green sofas, red sofas, brown cushions, pink cushions. You've got a grey sofa. We've got a great sofa. In a grey, a brown, a pink, a yellow, a purple. Neil's deals are unreal. You've got people coming over at Christmas. You've got an aunt. She's going to leave a stain on the sofa. You don't want her sitting on this white sofa. She's going to have to sit on the dark sofa. This is the deal with Neil Appeal. You want to throw your money at us? We'll give you a leather sofa for a price that is just crazy. If you've got lightning, strike it. Then strike whilst the lightning is hot. You've got a disused sofa. We don't care if it's smelly, stuck in front of the telly, full of welly. We'll take that shit away. Don't make a meal out of it. Make a deal out of it. We got a big ass.
这电视画质好糟哦。
We've got white chairs, blue chairs, stools, inflatable chairs. This is a crazy deal with Neil Appeal. You don't want no lame ass chair. You want a great chair. We had a man come down the other day and he brought in his young daughter and he wanted her to have the best chair. We got those chairs. We got more of those chairs. We got tall chairs, chairs on wheels, wheelchairs. We got chairs for twins, chairs made out of steel, chairs that are steel and a deal. We got those chairs. You want crazy? We got crazy. Crazy Neil's got crazy deals. You want a toilet? We can do you a toilet. We can do you a toilet next to a chair. We can do you a chair next to a toilet. Hell, we can even do you a toilet chair. So you come on down, you bring your ass. We've got it, you want it. You want it, we've got it, you want it. You pay us. You want it, we've got it, you want it. You want it, we've got it, you pay us.
吵死！哎，他这个垃圾广告做的比我们现在看的电视台广告还要好看。我看了我就想要买椅子了，你们会吗？
But first, our very own culture reporter Megan Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan,
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare to the Shotbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear. I do hope you believe me when I tell you.
哦，我不想看这一段。
Today is among the greatest joys of my life.
May I say, having you here with us is on my
他这一段演了多久？你们记不记得？10分钟有没有？
finished filming your latest movie,
还是20分钟？大概10分钟。
Yes.
这样子，我每次一集都要包含正常玩一次，还有最后剪好的这一段这样。
Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap. He really is. I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, "What a wild ride this has been." And you know what, Megan?
你这样乱切，他那个支持收视率一下掉超快。
And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
Oh, that is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid.
那这样子好了
Cut me.
反正我上传 YouTube 嘛，就是除了正常玩之外，
That's how it
后面这一段就是剪好的看一次，
Doesn't it? Bleeding.
这样上传，然后可能一次玩个2天，2天可以吧？
I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes.
2天会不会太长？2天可能就要40-50分钟了。
But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Yes, well,
根本就没消到嘛。
I'm
well,
sorry.
Lawrence, I believe you brought in a clip from The Medicated, which opens next week around the country. Lawrence, do tell us what's going on here.
I'd be delighted. This is a really pivotal scene where my character, Dr. Lods Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
哦，他这个进广告时间之后，就这个广告是完全没有办法去动它，对不对？
I don't understand it.
Upset, but we can...
你是可以乱切的。
And a whole hat.
一整条，我只看到一整条火腿，什么狗东西？
You think I don't know that?
I had to. No, Lawrence, we mustn't.
这什么烂电影啊？
Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
是被枪打到。
Did it for you, baby.
这个好像是那种电影影评，然后剪进了观众的看过之后的观后感的影片，你们知道吗？这个影片就是演的超烂，然后大家看完了就这样子有没有？
No, it's all too late.
Look at this.
后面应该没有了吧？
The sterility. This formula, this is the key.
We could stop it all.
Yes, we could stop it all.
这演上去。
If we should.
动啥小？这什么声音啊？这什么烂音乐啊？动动动的。哎，仔细看这个广告，这也够烂的，这什么烂电影啊？怎么那么咚咚咚咚咚的、啊？另外一个广告。
Celebrate the classic age of salad with this exquisite limited edition collection. My Salad Weekly. Sign up now, and every week we'll send you an authentic, ethically sourced ingredient to add to your salad. Build your collection week by week, and very soon you'll have a salad that really gets the lunchroom talking. From tomatoes and oils to leafy greens and lovely grains, this really is the complete collection. Every issue also comes with a companion magazine that explores the history of the art form, from the Great Balsamic Wars of 48, or Edward the Confessor's discovery of the cucumber, to the man that changed the very way we see the humble salad, Julius Caesar himself. Start your personal salad collection now, and we'll send you your first 3 issues. Loose leaf, Remain.
这个不能直接去超市买吗？为什么要用订阅的方式啊
Plus this exclusive lettuce fridge magnet, all for just $7.97, with free postage and packing. Order now, and you'll receive this crouton display case.
寄来不是都不新鲜的吗？
That's right, absolutely
好
free.
烂的广告哦！
With a retail value of $18.99, your crunchy cubes will look their absolute.
一个碗要19美金，然后装了只有几块钱的生菜这样哦。
For a limited time.
它这样生菜就比较好吃，就对了。愤得要死的。
Welcome back.
啊，虽然我们觉得很好笑，不过我们的电视台不是都在卖这些吗？而且妈妈、大妈不是都在买这些？哦，这段好长哦。
Go for it, pet.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day. They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying southern they had against us, but you, the people, you saw right through their
About the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me.
我是希望有刚刚你按下去那个女主播衣服会爆开。
But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating?
我发觉有的时候
Throughout the campaign, you've heard us
不小心的就是乱运镜的时候，你会看到演员有一些奇特的表情在上面，这样子。你们仔细看，很有趣的，就是这么刚好这样。
Not much. Today is day 1 of a new future, a better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers.
他这些新闻有没有在游戏中就是有一个故事的主轴在进行呢？还是说每一次都是随机的一些广告跟新闻？
Probably you rather you don't, because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country.
就比如说现在是在谈选举嘛，然后接下来会玩到问观众的，不是观众啊。 访问路人，他们对候选人的看法，这样子。
And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals
今天真派。
to properly fund health and
你们现在说人家凶会说派，还是说派？ 故意为了玩梗说派。
So to you posh
the people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise.
So they've got time to get even richer.
Advance have this to say.
我们有时候都会转到一些 笨蛋在盯着画面的画面。
for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been, in the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today.
这个茱莉亚好像在讲什么
Tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again.
进攻前的演讲一样
Just
啊。
like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
这茱莉亚是要暴动还是怎样？
Interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
耶！两段这样看起来已经过了36分钟了。约翰尼，这个广告不用看了吧？他说你胖哎，还是看一下好了。那个脸笑的是他妈的假，假过头了吧？我就胖。这个约翰尼那个脸看起来好讨厌。这个音乐够急。胖的人不太能结婚，也不太能笑。胖的人不能活过26岁。完蛋。好，你们几岁啊？你们是不是都25岁了？差不多了哦。
Every exercise is recommended by sports professionals and is 72% likely to get rid of those tricky tummies and cruel cellulite.
你躺在棺材了。Get muscle， 哎呀，成功了！这就是我第一天的播出。继续就第2天了嘛。天数2，天数3，天数2嘞？你到家后，电子上有信件，团队想要了解你，你十分好奇。政府的表格，姓名、老婆、子女。第2天不是我的班哦。在新工作开始，你会这个应该无所谓吧？这个选的跟我下一关有什么影响吗？部门同事向我透露，把机密讯息带回家。现在一份文件丢失了。影响些什么？下一次的播的画面吗？公司烧烤聚会要到了，聚会当天洗头，马上要退休了。闲暇之余，理想假期生活。最重要是确保人民安全。人民有钱，妈的，我不是变他妈市长了还是怎么样啊？天明，天数5了，我天数6了， 它这个时间其实是没有在真的算的吗？什么时候才该我上班啊？不上班了？先进党疯狂行进，哦，等一下被政府拿走了，为什么要借护照？国家把人的护照都收走了。你上楼卧室，把护照。对家人忠诚，就是我上班。怎么好像多了一些按钮啊？这要选呢，等等哦。12AB， 1234。
Right, let's load up the adverts. You know, load the tapes under the desk. Look down. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your
开始播放吗？这个玩具安全吗？爱的抱抱先生，疯狂尼尔就不要再播了吧，不要在这边卖椅子了吧，播一些没看过的，护肤霜可以吧？是什么？在宣传党派演出大厅哦，名人演出哦，这样。
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These two buttons at the bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine, and you can
太难了，怎么越来越麻烦啦
？Reach zero, but if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So, like with the adverts, choose carefully.
No,
and we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Finally tonight
is this
at 10
Janet who
p.m.
thinks dogs
It's a bit
have
of
their own secret
escapism
language?
with Lawrence
Yeah, the one that
Fletcher's
mistrusts the
acclaimed
moon.
怎么就1号可以按啊？目前
Not the best
taking us
source
up
of
to the National Weather
consumer
Report and
Don't blame
closed
me
down
when it
at a
explodes,
quarter
going
past
要是爆炸了，别怪
For
我。
all that, it's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National Night
Good evening,
News.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Good evening. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask
哦，8秒、10秒之内选出。
Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new
我要选他们一副臭脸
with。a leading economist and radical free thinker, with the country's wealth creators in a state of panic,
臭脸。
unfavorable rumblings.
哎，怎么有人喜欢臭脸啊？
I'll be asking my guests whether Advance can deliver on even a fraction of their manifesto promises.
PS 前面是什么？
Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO.
这个我会被骂爆吧？
Gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand.
这是等于是爆他的丑闻不是吗？
Becomes the youngest female.
历史上最年轻的首席执行官，然后在拉斯维加斯赌个爽快这样子，妈的！现在就变成说，就好像我们当初在选举前、大选前的看的电视一样，你们知道吗？就说我们决定这个电视台要拱谁，对不对？要黑谁这样子，懂吗？完全变成一个狗仔电视台。为什么这男人来
？Was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cabin and the undiscovered plant species it contains. Many were surprised the two scientists, who shared a threatened scientists for many years, decided to undertake this expedition in each other's.
这两个为什么要这样互瞪？
The two have released a joint statement in which they opine geniuses don't have to like each other to achieve remarkable results.
画面太久了吧？
Playing the fields. Rumors about does sporting legend Johnny Hamsley
白痴东西。他这样的形象会超级糟糕，但是我们电视台收视率会提升吧？因为大家喜欢看那种新战社之类的，是不是？这太鸡了吧！约翰尼吐了，后面那个牌子写不许，谁在不许啊？女主播的不许。毁灭喷射白光。
With more and more people saying they're scared to walk the streets alone at night, could this be exactly the right time for advances new approach? All that, and Megan Wolf, a group of young actors, already experiencing the positive side of the new assets and wealth act.
我这个是要播3吗？
They'll be talking and performing later. They'll be talking. That's all coming up on tonight. National. That's all coming up on tonight. National.
是要播广告还是什么啊？我什么时候要播广告啊？现在吗？啊？哦，你们怎么有个小精灵脸呢？太早播广告会直接被解雇哎。我觉得大家应该会很喜欢看后台的表演吧。我刚好按到去他妈的
！In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation.
这个到时候剪好了，播出来的时候一定很爆笑。
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves. We're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd, ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on,
他说我们都喜欢，我们都要不孕短命。
If you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
这真的是我们要的吗？
Orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is
shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully.
这个等2分半后我才要播广告，是不是？还是说他会提示啊？
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't.
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking.
我的新书去他妈的！
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same
会玩到吗？
Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong,
我应该有按到吧？
For a start, they've mobilized the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilize, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic pedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
他这个节目也做的太新三色了吧
Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already
这画面可不可以打马赛克之类的？
unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book,
他一
Frankenstein
直在
and opiate arts.
帮自己的书打广告。
Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If
这男
Advance
的好
lose
激
their
动。
power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
未来对你来说
Where we've all been
暗淡无
figuratively
光。
sodomized into submission.
Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie
这
Brightman.
些人怎么那么凶啊？跟
When we
疯
come
子
back,
一样。
I'll
广告了，要
be
广告
law and
了。
order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act.
时间到了，按下去嘛。
Tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
我按了吗？
I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Graham.
还骂了哦。
How's it going? Actually, fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later. Bye.
I don't know what she meant by that.
And his incredible real-action eyes. It's no wonder
没
Mr.
广告的时候你没办法偷切，
Child wants this
那广告按下去是没办法动的。那广告是金主的时间，我没办法去弄，你知道吗？这个娃娃好恶心哦。
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive
在干嘛？
into our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem. Tonight, we go behind the headlines. Tonight, to make the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge.
哦，那是我们的报道记者吧？哦，律师。
Can you hear me, Gregory? Can you hear me?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy.
没有人跑进来
There
啊！
simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers.
这是干嘛？
We need change
完
at
蛋了
a structural level.
事故放送，
Time, darling.
放送事故。
I'll be at my mother's.
他女朋友还是他老婆突然跑进来说要走了。
The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide.
风水世家。
Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Chief Constable Bob Peel.
现在怎么办呢？
Believe you, Ellen. I would have expected this from your sister, but...
Problem with the system, Bob.
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure.
Trust me, between the drinking and the
streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours
without
the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think
我当然要看八卦，我看新闻，在杰瑞米一直在那边念一大堆有的没的，我怎么会觉得好看？
with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Leviticus clearly states that... Jeremy, you bloody gimps escaped. Delia?
后面的奴隶跑出来了。
Give me a little help, please, dear. As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Absolutely. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box.
回去你的窝里。
Back in your help with this.
I'm sorry, darling. I was saying the battle.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could
这些人怎么那么多麻烦呢？事故太多了吧？
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of this... Oh, hold on just a moment.
他根本没穿裤子，搞什么
I am not having this again.
我也没穿裤子，你
As
们
I
信不
was
信？
saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the
因为你们都只看得到
responsibility
上
of
半
the
身嘛。
No one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you,
哎呦
Bob.
这个怎么会动？
Appeal there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. Interrupted. It's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson.
Absolutely fine for Sunday.
Oh, marvellous.
Serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a swine. He's agreed to talk to us today,
Oh,
which is
made
also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony.
Yay!
Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite
这个也
nice.
太快了吧，哪有
It's a
时间
constant
去
battle
按
against
啊？
institutionalization, as you can imagine.
2秒我
And
才不要
obviously,
了。
Titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask
它叫什么？乳胶托
you,
尼
the。time spent in prison
旁边有没有什么
helped you
脚胶约翰啊？
Titwank Tony.
他从头到尾就只会说这一句。什么声音啊？
I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find
刚教恶毒。
Yeah, all the boys are here. It's Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
后面那是沙小。他们请来的脱衣舞的。
Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know.
这是庆祝他出狱的生日啦。
So,
还请了一个小丑。
I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems
大家好热闹哦，好多小丑哦。
I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
还有哦。
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony.
Fucking way, las bolitas!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes? Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order.
他这个收视率其实可以到很后面的，不过我大概都维持到一半而已。
Don't go away. We'll be back.
哎，广告。
After these messages.
1 minute back, everybody.
啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦。啦啦啦啦啦啦啦。啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦。啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦。
In time with the music, you can see the
这个护肤霜的广告好恶心哦。
Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip. When the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
Looks right at this.
I'm sure it's on his way.
Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be?
This is on you. 10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera
He said
2.
so.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College, who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship,
为什么这段只有十几秒？
secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest.
I'm the older, more popular one.
哦，8分哦，8分哦。
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle
I
believed
just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like
这些小孩子是不是都有一些问题啊？
And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences, and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people
哦，这个好假哦。
the issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah? Because in a way, she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher.
这个男的眼神也太恶了吧
Wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about grants?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then, Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
这感觉好像在家里看电视，然后自己在那边乱拨遥控器一样。
Very political. I'm a mathematician, of course. She's a paraplegic, mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day. And so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
这是什么剧啊？
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Excuse me.
这是什么剧啊？看得好尴尬哦。那时候他们大学都在搞这些吗？
What? Maths is for losers. My arm's stuck, coach. Just keep going for fuck's sake. Right. Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? Oh, my arm's free, coach. Brilliant. Keep going. Right. Who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my 2 new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all 3 of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
好烂哦，这一句。这出戏实在是看得好癌的感觉，好有癌症。这什么衬衣啊？这什么乘二？哦。 就是要按节奏啦，但是他们要一段唱完之后才算一个点。
Kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner. He had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
这个节奏好怪耶，不太会按。
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 Life's pretty hard on a council estate.
我现在按后面的节点，还在看前面的。干嘛了？
Just work as a team. It's your choice to be me. It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Yes!
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the.
这一条我从来没有按满过，我只按到乘8而已。那按得到乘8是说收视率会稍微高一点这样子哦。
Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I was
right.
我相信我有14寸长的鸡巴。然后怎么又是这个欧郎在介绍他的书啊？ 我们最后再去看那个黑人的广告好了啦。编辑的太糟了，小心有杀人哦。是什么？可以升级耶！爱之卫星。 自动 BB。哇，这太贵了吧！我钱根本不够啊！有没有什么 Show Me the Money 的这种秘技可以打，然后全买了这样？比妈妈反应还快，味精是什么？我搞不懂。不看了。哪一个？鸡这个吗？我这个游戏一玩就玩超久哎。这段看完，然后就下次再玩，这样好不好
？Kicking off our evening schedule is a retrospective of the best moments from Peter Clement's Just the Job, reminding us just how our new Prime Minister became so popular in the first place.
我都不知道我到底在播些
Following
什么。
that, at 9 p.m, Megan Wolfe sits down for an exclusive interview with former Prime Minister Jacob Hamilton-Mann in Truth to Power, and she'll be asking him where it all went so horribly wrong. I'll certainly be tuning in for that. Finally tonight, at 10 p.m, it's a bit of escapism, with Lawrence Blunderclatch's acclaimed action movie, Bullet Man, taking us up to the National Weather Report and close down at midnight.
我想看看这在演什么。
But before all that, it's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National Nightly News.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical freethinker. With the country's wealth creators
我觉得这个照片应该好笑哎。
unfavorable rumblings.
当然来说，政党宣传的照片，或对不对？形象照一定要笑啊！你不笑，不是死脸吗
？Out with the old. Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive.
什么展现威严啊？人民才不要威严，要亲民，好不好
？At the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington's appointment
一脸贪婪
is a risk for the giant mega corporation.
拿了人民的税金去赌，这样
Sophia,
去
as our
爽
regular。viewers will be aware, has always been a wild child and has been romantically linked to several movie stars and sports personalities. In her first press conference,
我们完全变成了狗仔新闻。
Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash, intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborgen-Horgensford have today set off to
Swarsborgen-Horgensford
The
什么名字
recently
啊
discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but
你
thanks
的
to a new
怎么有人名字叫这样啊
breakthrough flower technology, the
Swarsborgen-Horgensford
successfully reached the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. Many were surprised that the two scientists who've shared a fractious rivalry for many years
反过来再念一次，你念给我听。
in each other's company. However, the two have released a joint statement in which they opine geniuses don't have to like each other to achieve remarkable results. Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsley is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported
我们好
by
像在
this
看
very program.
看新
And
闻一
judging
样，
from the angle and velocity of that spray,
看
it
狗
looks
仔
like
新
Johnny
闻
may have been celebrating a little bit too much.
好好看哦。
I certainly wouldn't want to be
台湾人最爱这位了。
And Griever's bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime,
怎么中文又不见了
how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more people saying they're scared to walk the streets alone at night, could this be exactly the right time for Advance's new approach? All that, and Megan Wolfe with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Seconds back, everybody. Can we get the guessing?
怎么没过场啊？主播已经撑很多秒了，你们没看到吗？他的动作停在那边，就是说要让你方便的进过场，这样。他已经撑不下去了。还就是这个欧郎。气到我了！我觉得这个画面好笑，刚好就捡到他把书放上来，咚，然后气他妈的这样。
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things.
那个偶然看起来好不
Here
爽
I
哦。
agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd, ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
这个主播其实是会吐槽那些来宾的
Advance is the
人。
most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And
what
this
I-
will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, who will be laughing then?
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the
这个好
truth
像
is
之前那个
wealth and
我们在书店会看到市长的那本书，你们还记不记得？
population wealthier and is on target to produce a
有没有？
permanent
记不记得
end
那本
to
书？
poverty.
What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into a
诱骗整整一代人。
They're like psychic pedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your
哇，他们讲的好准哦！
Assets and Wealth Act
这跟台湾他妈一模一样啊！
Advance now have
超级
historic
准的
budgetary surplus,
诱骗了
and
整
as
整
well as
一代的
properly
人嘛，
funding
对不对？
public services, they're already
超正、超正经的，
unprecedented
超棒
amounts！into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in
好啦好
my
啦，卖
book,
书卖书。
Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes,
感觉要
but only
中
if
风
they're
了，
sustainable. If
快中
Advance
风
lose
了
their。power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
那个主播其实，我跟你们讲，其实主播本来就是要控制啊，但是忍不住的时候他就开始酸，你知道吗？但是不会说太夸张这样，不会爆气这样。这个抱抱先生长得好恶哦。这不是那个什么小精灵吗？
It's no wonder Mr. Snugglehugs is the gift your child wants this Christmas. All the other kids have got one. That's right, little one. You don't want to be left out.
这个娃娃好恶心。
Oh, Mr. Snugglehugs, you're so silly. Mr. Snugglehugs in stores now, selling out fast.
我上次去玩具反斗城，看到一大堆儿童玩具。 有一些样子真的让我觉得不太舒服，我说真的，不知道是丑还是怎么样，反正就是不喜欢。小魔怪、小精灵、古灵姆、古灵姆，不是要跳舞了是不是？主要是眼睛问题哦。
First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Gregory.
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line
什
of
么
the
名
hard
字啊
face of the cold hand of justice?
Gregory.
Well,
Giggity.
as you can imagine, Jeremy, we
Giggity,
are massively
giggity.
understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem.
Greg?
We need more support from ministers.
Greg.
What are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
No, just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice
我觉得这个女的也很故意耶，很不看空气这样耶
Hello, Mr.
超故意
Hello,
的。
Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public.
就故意耍
To
贱，你知道
interrupt
吗
the？ news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Constable Bob
只能笑了，你们知道吗？
Leave you, Ellen. I would have expected this from your sister, but not
with the system, Bob.
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all.
Well, trust me, between the drinking and the arse.
Streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon,
讲得头头是道。
hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly.
满嘴仁
It's
义
all in
道
the
德
Bible. Look, Leviticus
就是这
clearly
种人
states that... Bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, a bloody gimp's escaped. Delia? Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy.
道德沦丧的人在讨论道德沦丧
Back。in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in his box?
Clive, you know it's Wednesday. You go back in your gimp space.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people
Darling,
of this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, this simply won't do. Naughty, naughty boy. Mummy said,
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said, get back in your gimp space.
这一幕看起来好
As I
白
was
痴
saying,
哦。
Jeremy, moral decay.
他要挣脱了
Crime is the
他要寻求自己的
responsibility
自由
of no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us.
Look, I spoke to
It's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has
Fine for Sunday.
Oh, marvellous. Now I've
been 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a swan. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many
这家伙讲话怎么越来越小声啊？
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwack Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously, are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Tid wanker. Tid
Yeah,
wanker.
sorry, my friends are throwing me a
Yeah,
surprise
tid
party.
wanker.
Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Tit wank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
这个男的某个角度有点像冯迪所，你们有注意到吗？
Let's try and soldier on.
某个角度
Since
啦。
leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. There's Big Chris, Little Chris,
Oi, oi.
and Vampire Chris. 1 sec, love. When he's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
It's open!
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. Has only got Mr. Fancy.
大闭眼先生，怎么会有？
Now, fellas, I'm on the news.
怎么会有小丑叫这个名字啊？
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
干好笑。
I can't hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal.
Hey, las bolitas!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes? Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, with serious and complex issues around...
这好像在看那种低成本的搞笑片，你们知道吗？
Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back.
为什么觉得米的脸表情越来越糟糕了？
Why bother strengthening your body when you can strengthen
这是护肤霜的广告哎。
We believe your skin deserves the best, so the new formula actively removes harsh chemicals from your skin. The high salt content actually pulls the dihydrogen monoxide right from your pores to give you the crisp, brittle skin you've come to expect. New
他讲什么我怎么都听不懂。
will revitalize the appearance of the strength.
他是不是喝下去了？
41% of women we surveyed said they loved their visible flakes, and 7 out of 10
他的脸
dentists
都烂掉了。
Judication
什么东西啊？看起来好毒哦，这个东西。毒汁。
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot,
欢迎回来
I'm chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College, who today received a
要看
grant
这
from
个
the
了
grants to take
超
their
假
play,
的。
Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan.
We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest.
I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually...
这个男的可以不要这样吗？
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
好麻，好毛。
Fortunately,
看那个男的表情跟讲话，我身上都有点起鸡皮疙瘩那种。
I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre.
这是有什么病是不是？
The oldest art forms in history. Aristotle
I
believed
just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and they touch
哎，你们看左二那个女的，
Suppose with a surname like
左二的女的，就是现在画面左边那个女的。她如果是黑头发，是不是会像之前川普的那个梗图一样？不是有一个什么环保的女的说 How 你怎么敢的那个 How dare you 的那个？对。如果换成黑发，是不是有点像？
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah? Because in a way, she's like...
metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with you.
你们看右边那个，
You run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it.
那个眼神有够恶心的。
So,
是杀人魔的眼神。
first hear about the grants.
2 days ago, a letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela.
他是收贿赂了，你们知道吗？就说先进党寄票给他们，然后他答应了什么要求，他们就得到了经费，然后可以巡回演出了这样子。公然收贿。
Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we ballywell are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant.
So let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary.
我真的搞不懂他们这一出在演什么了。
Take another day at this school.
这是什么剧情啊
Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. Fears. But still I walk the corridors.
哎，右边那个眼神真的有点恶哎。
Dreading what might be around
他是想要吃人还是怎么样啊？
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great! I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
如果我有朋友像这个人这样讲话，我一定一巴掌打下去。我拳头一定忍不住。
And so important.
Maths is for losers. What? Maths is for losers. My arm's stuck, coach. Just keep going for fuck's sake. Oh, right. Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? Oh, my arm's free, coach. Brilliant, keep going. Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist, and you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team.
Yeah.
And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But
有一台摩托车是让他觉得自己很屌还是怎么样
I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face.
他这边的唱歌的音乐完全就是有后制过了啊。刚刚讲话那边是完全是现场。他的声音哪有这样子啊？他明明就是假到底的。妈的，对嘴的吧？靠北。
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel lads. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
数学对他们来说到底多重要？然后他们能够那么认真做出这么白痴的事情，其实感觉更好笑。他们怎么都不会笑场啊？这是多糖啊！这是唐家军的，是不是啊？超糖的。 手脚不协调。
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate.
这膝盖中箭是不是？哎，你们看画面，这个在跳来跳去，其实都是我在手在按的。这个不是原本是这个不是原本这样的。Jeremy 快哭了。好了好了好了啦，好了啦好了。后面还掉漆了，搞什么？那个杰里米的眼神超级不爽哎。
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
没了，还有一个广告对不对？啊，怎么又是他 ？Alan James。Alan James is right. Alan James. 他这个广告的色泽也太怪了。那肤色像死人一样。这个人讲话已经变成饼干怪兽了。哎，没了，他的广告好短哦。这样讲话的人，你们有遇过这种人吗？我觉得这个游戏真的蛮有趣，就是玩了之后，但是第一天你可能会觉得很烦躁、混乱，就是说，因为你要学的东西很多嘛。不过要过关的条件其实好像不是很高，就是说你只要保持不要到底就没事了，对不对？剩下时间你就是不管怎样都可以。然后这次才玩了2天，加上各看一次这个整个剪辑的过程嘛，就花了1个小时半呢。那我先在这边分段啦，下次看玩到哪里就哪里，这样好不好？看起来像是抢先体验，代表说后面可能还会继续出吧。不管它章节有多少啦，反正我每次就是看情况玩个一次直播或2次直播，游戏中的啦，对，好不好？操作1次或操作2次这样。好，我先把这个关掉。